The Welsh language has a history of survival against people trying to stop it. From the early invasions of the Anglo-Saxons and Normans, the language faced many difficulties, but it was the actions of the English monarchy, especially the Act of Union in 1536, that almost wiped out the Welsh language. This video will look at the history, important events, and political reasons behind these attempts to erase Welsh, and how it affected the Welsh people and its comeback today. The story of Welsh is tied to the relationship between England and Wales. As English kings and queens wanted more power and land, they targeted Welsh culture and language. Using laws, the English government tried to push Welsh out of public life. This video will look at these laws, from the Statutes of Wales to the Act of Union, and why they were made and what happened because of them. Stopping people from speaking Welsh wasn't just about language, it was a political move. By getting rid of the Welsh language, England wanted to weaken Welsh identity, culture, and self-rule. This section will explore the politics behind the ban, showing how the English crown wanted total control and to make Wales just another part of England. The story of English and Welsh goes back a long time, and the first meetings caused problems. Anglo-Saxon tribes arrived in Britain a long time ago and met the native Celtic Britons, the ancestors of the Welsh. While they didn't interact much at first, the Anglo-Saxons started moving west and putting pressure on the Britons and their language. When the Normans conquered England in 1066, it changed everything about language in Britain. The Norman rulers spoke Old French and forced their language and culture on the English. This also affected Welsh. The Norman kings wanted to control their new lands, so they built castles and moved into Wales. The Normans moving into Wales caused more problems for the Welsh language. As Norman lords took over parts of Wales, they brought their own languages and customs, making it harder for Welsh to stay important. While the Normans didn't directly attack the Welsh language, they helped English or Anglo-Norman spread in Wales, creating future language problems. King Edward I changed the relationship between England and Wales forever. He made laws to increase English control and make Welsh less important. Edward I, famous for fighting the Welsh, wanted to stop them fighting back and make Wales part of England. The Statutes of Rhuddlan, made in 1284, were a big step in this plan. The Statutes of Rhuddlan brought English common law to Wales, replacing the traditional Welsh laws. This was bad for the Welsh language because it meant Welsh wasn't as important in legal matters anymore. English became the language of courts, government, and official papers, pushing Welsh out. Welsh becoming less important in law and government meant people used it less every day. As English became the language of power and success, speaking Welsh wasn't as important. This slowly made Welsh less common, especially for important Welsh people who started speaking English to stay important. The Act of Union in 1536, during the time of King Henry VIII, almost destroyed the Welsh language. Henry VIII wanted to leave the Catholic Church and have all the power, and this act changed Welsh culture and language forever. The act made Wales officially part of England, getting rid of old Welsh laws and ways of doing things. One of the most important parts of the Act of Union was about language. It said that only English could be used in government and law in Wales. This meant all official papers, court cases, and government work had to be in English, so people who only spoke Welsh couldn't be involved. The Act of Union was terrible for the Welsh language. Because it wasn't used in law, government, or schools anymore, Welsh was only spoken at home and casually. This was very upsetting for Welsh people. Their language, once a symbol of who they were, became less and less important. The Act wanted everyone in England to speak only English, destroying the unique language and culture of Wales.